In the heart of the Mesoamerican jungle, stone cities lie sleeping under a blanket of green. Their pyramids pierce the canopy, silent monuments to a civilization that, for a time, burned with unparalleled brilliance. But then, almost overnight, the vibrant pulse of life in these great urban centers stopped, leaving behind one of history's most perplexing enigmas. What happened to the Maya? Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history. Today, we journey deep into one of the past's greatest unsolved mysteries, the sudden and dramatic collapse of the classic Maya civilization. This isn't just a story of disappearance, it's a compelling narrative of innovation, resilience, and the delicate, often precarious, balance between humanity and its environment. For centuries, the Maya flourished. Across the southern lowlands of Mesoamerica, their society was a testament to human ingenuity. Imagine standing in the grand plaza of a city like Tikal or Calakmul. Towering temples, intricately carved with the stories of gods and kings, reach for the heavens. The air hums with the activity of artisans, merchants, and priests. This was the zenith of Maya power, a world shaped by profound intellect and a deep connection to the cosmos. Their achievements were staggering. They developed one of the most sophisticated writing systems in the ancient world, intricate hieroglyphs that recorded their history, their rituals, and their royal lineages. These ancient texts, painstakingly deciphered, give us a voice from the past, a glimpse into their complex societal structures. Their grasp of mathematics was extraordinary, leading to the development of the concept of zero, independent of the old world. This mathematical prowess was intrinsically linked to their astronomical knowledge. The Maya were master astronomers, their lives governed by the intricate dance of the sun, moon, and stars. Their calendars were marvels of precision, mapping celestial cycles with an accuracy that continues to impress modern scientists. Their architectural marvels were not just dwellings or temples. They were cosmic maps aligned with celestial events, turning entire cities into giant observatories. To sustain these bustling urban centers, the Maya engineered the very landscape around them. They developed sophisticated agricultural practices, transforming a challenging tropical environment into a breadbasket capable of supporting a large population. They built vast networks of canals and terraced fields, mastering the rhythm of the seasons and the flow of water. Their cities were not isolated islands, but were connected by trade routes that crisscrossed the region, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and influence. This was a civilization at the peak of its power, a vibrant tapestry of rival city-states, each vying for dominance, yet all contributing to a shared cultural legacy. And then, around the 9th century AD, a profound change began. A silence fell across the great cities of the southern lowlands. The sound of construction ceased. The bustling plazas grew quiet. One by one, these magnificent urban centers, which had stood for centuries as beacons of culture and power, were abandoned. Their inhabitants, who had numbered in the millions, seemed to vanish, melting back into the jungle from which their ancestors had emerged. They left behind their grand temples, their intricate carvings, and a mystery that has baffled historians and archaeologists for generations. How could a civilization so advanced, so resilient, so deeply established, decline so rapidly? The quest to answer this question has taken scholars on a journey through time, sifting through archaeological evidence, re-examining ancient texts, and applying the tools of modern science to piece together the fragments of what might have transpired. Early explanations often sought a single, simple answer, a single catastrophic event that could explain such a total societal shift. Perhaps a foreign invasion, a devastating plague, or a peasant revolt had brought the ruling class to its knees. But as our understanding has deepened, these simple theories have given way to a far more complex and sobering picture. Modern research suggests there was no single cause, but rather an intricate web of contributing factors. a cascading collapse where multiple pressures converged, pushing Maya society past its breaking point. One of the most compelling and heavily researched theories points to the environment itself. The very foundation of Maya civilization was its relationship with the land, and it appears that this relationship came under unbearable strain. Scientific insights gleaned from lakebed sediment cores and cave formations have revealed evidence of a series of prolonged and devastating droughts that struck the region during the 9th and 10th centuries. For a society so dependent on agriculture, a disruption to the seasonal rains would have been catastrophic. Failed harvests would lead to famine, malnutrition, and a crisis of faith in the divine rulers who were believed to mediate with the gods to ensure prosperity. This environmental crisis may have been a natural climatic shift, but there is growing evidence that the Maya themselves contributed to their own downfall. To build their monumental cities and to fuel the fires for their lime plaster, they engaged in extensive deforestation. Clearing vast tracts of land for agriculture also took its toll. This large-scale removal of the forest canopy could have exacerbated the droughts, reducing humidity and rainfall and creating a vicious cycle of environmental degradation. The delicate ecosystem, once a source of abundance, was pushed past its breaking point by the very people who depended upon it. The story of environmental pressure is a powerful one, a chilling echo of challenges we face in our own time. But an empty stomach and a parched field were not the only forces at play. Another crucial piece of the puzzle lies in the political landscape of the classic Maya. Their society was not a unified empire, but a collection of powerful, competing city-states. The intricate hieroglyphic texts they left behind tell stories not just of gods and rituals, but of endemic warfare. For centuries, these rival kingdoms engaged in a complex dance of diplomacy, alliance building, and intense conflict. Archaeological evidence supports these written accounts, revealing fortified cities and signs of violent conflict. In the final centuries of the classic period, it appears this political instability intensified. Warfare became more frequent, more destructive. As resources grew scarcer due to environmental pressures, competition between city-states likely escalated into a desperate struggle for survival. Rulers, their legitimacy shaken by failing crops, may have launched military campaigns to seize territory, capture resources, and take captives for sacrifice in an attempt to appease the angry gods. This escalating cycle of violence would have torn the very fabric of their society apart, disrupting trade routes, destroying fields, and diverting precious resources away from infrastructure and towards defense. The political and social order, once a source of strength, began to crumble from within. It is this deadly combination of factors that many scholars now believe led to the collapse. Imagine a society already weakened by years of drought and food shortages. Now add the constant threat of war. Trust in the ruling elite, who could neither make it rain nor protect their people from enemy raids, would have eroded completely. Disease outbreaks, common in populations weakened by malnutrition and the stresses of conflict, may have delivered another devastating blow. It was not one single event, but a cascade of failures. Environmental pressures created social strife, which in turn was amplified by political instability. Each problem fed the others, creating a downward spiral from which there was no escape. The system that had sustained the Maya for centuries broke down, and the only viable option for the people was to leave. They abandoned the cities, the symbols of a failed political and religious order, and sought new ways to live in smaller, more sustainable communities elsewhere. This narrative of a multifaceted collapse challenges the conventional wisdom of a simple, mysterious disappearance. It replaces it with a more intricate and, in many ways, more relatable story. It is a story about the complex interplay between a civilization, its environment, and its own internal dynamics. It reveals that the Maya were not passive victims of a natural disaster, but active agents whose own actions, from deforestation to political rivalries, played a critical role in their fate. The search for answers is far from over. Archaeologists continue to unearth new clues from the ruins, while scientists devise new methods to read the environmental history written in the earth. The story of the Maya collapse is not a closed chapter in a history book. It is an active investigation, a puzzle with many pieces still missing. It serves as a profound lesson, an echo of time that speaks directly to the modern world. It is a compelling reminder of how even the most brilliant and sophisticated societies are vulnerable, and how their survival depends on a delicate balance between ambition and sustainability, between conflict and cooperation. This was never just a story of a lost civilization. It is a timeless narrative of the immense challenges that arise when environmental, social, and political pressures converge. It is a story of resilience and innovation, but also a cautionary tale of a society that may have outgrown its resources. The silent stones of the Maya cities still hold their secrets, but the quest to understand their fall offers us a mirror in which to view our own civilization and the choices we make today. What truly brought about the end of an era for the classic Maya? The complete answer remains elusive, a whisper in the jungle ruins. But the pursuit of that answer is one of history's most important explorations. To join us as we continue to delve into the past to better understand the present, don't forget to subscribe to Echoes of Time and hit the notification bell so you never miss our journey through the ages. What lessons do you believe the Maya's story holds for us today?